What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. So recently I took a break from playing Black Ops Cold War to just kind of reset my head, get a different mindset when it comes to playing this game, and I went back and played some older CODs and played some other games in my library that were collecting some dust. Now, I did have to dust off Black Ops 3. I did have to re-download it onto my system. But this game is still very good. It is very fun. It is very different than any other Call of Duty on the market. You could say it's similar to Infinite Warfare. You could say it's similar to Advanced Warfare, and there's definitely arguments for that. But the level of polish this game had for its movement system, the level of polish it had for its specialist system, is like none other in the series. And it's funny that Infinite Warfare tried to follow it up and failed miserably. And honestly, I always forget that game exists because I primarily play that game solely for Modern Warfare Remastered, and that's it. Black Ops 3 is just this random gem in the series that is so unlike the rest, and we need to cherish it for what it is. It is the one kind of crazy sidekick movie that none of us thought would work, but actually did work. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy of the Call of Duty franchise. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing another one like this. You know, once we're kind of done with boots on the ground Call of Duty again, going back and doing this. You know, my idea back in the day when Call of Duty was kind of in its rut was trying to find its groove again. And honestly, I still don't think it's there. But this is like 2015, 2016, what I was thinking for Call of Duty and for the future of Call of Duty. And what I would do if I was Activision is you had three studios at the time. You had Sledgehammer, Treyarch, and Infinity Ward. Now it looks like Sledgehammer's out, and Infinity Ward and Treyarch are going to mainly be doing the games, and honestly, there's not a lot of faith instilled in Infinity Ward. But regardless of that, the way I looked at the way they should do the franchise to keep it fresh every year, to make it different, is to kind of give each developer their own time era. So Sledgehammer could focus on the past, so like pre-1990, that's Sledgehammer. Look at their last two releases that were slated. Black Ops Cold War, I think the framework and the game itself was mostly designed by Sledgehammer. I think Treyarch took over in the later stages. I do have to do some research about the development of this game, and I want to do that, and I want to bring it to you guys. I just need some time to do that. And I'd love for Sledgehammer to kind of would have focused on pre-1990 war, so stuff like the Cold War, stuff like the Vietnam War, World War II, World War I, would have been really cool stuff. Then 1990 to 2020, 2025, I wanted to be Infinity Ward. You know, reignite the Modern Warfare series, not the way they did it in 2019, but in general, reignite that flame, and see if they can find a spark there with that time period. And then have Black Ops and Treyarch series focus on the future, 2025 moving forward. You know, they did a great job with Black Ops 2, which I think was 2025. That game worked tremendously. Then they went 2065 with Black Ops 3, worked tremendously. And I think that they could have built off that, created some really fun games. And honestly, for me, having three different variables for Call of Duty, three different time eras every time we're getting a new Call of Duty, to me, I think it would have brought a lot of variety into the game. And I think it would have made this series feel a lot less stale, a lot less quick. And if you had each developer kind of focused on their time era, you would have a lot of continuing content for the entire game's life cycle. So instead of life cycle being one per year, that era gets one new game every 3 years, and that life cycle now becomes 3 years long. And your Call of Duty Modern Warfare series gets a new game every 3 years, but Infinity Ward and Activision are pumping out Modern Warfare content for 3 years. They're pumping out Black Ops content for 3 years instead of just like yearly life cycle reset. And I think because when you look at it, people still go back and they still play these old Call of Duties. To have content, new content being released to them, it would just make that investment that much better, and it'd actually have people buying multiple season passes for different games. And I think it might be something that would be beneficial. And honestly, to go back and play Black Ops 3 and get that refreshing feeling of playing this game again, because this game is good. I know I trashed on it a bit back, you know, in 2015 when it was brand new because it wasn't necessarily the game I wanted. but it's all there. The gameplay is so smooth. The movement system's so good. The weapons are good. They're balanced. There's so many different weapons to use. It's not like there's obviously the meta. There's the VMP is kind of the top end submachine gun. I guess the KN's the top end assault rifle. The LMGs are strong as they are in every Treyarch game. The snipers are good as they are in most Treyarch games. And the specialists kind of make an uneven playing field, but most part, the weapons are pretty balanced. You don't find that you get just shredded every time against a VMP. The VMP has some stability problems where it will go all over the place. Like if you haven't used a VMP in a while and you go back to it, you're like, oh my god, this thing has so much recoil. And then you go and use the Kuda and you're like, this feels right. Or you go and use the Weevil and it's like, yeah, this is what it's about. And that was true weapon balance. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to go back and just get a feel for the weapons again, because they are so different than what we see today, especially in Black Ops Cold War, where there is a ton of variety with what people are using. There's not a singular weapon that everybody is flocking towards, or a singular weapon class that everyone flocked towards like you see in Black Ops Cold War, because that tactical rifle class is ridiculous. Whether it's the single shot rifles or the burst rifles, they are overpowered. They are easy to use, they make the game a lot less fun, and they make the variety in the games a lot less noticeable. It gets boring real quick when you're just playing against the same type of players all the time. Head glitches and tac rifles, and it's like, this isn't fun. I couldn't imagine getting into a game and just literally using the same weapon every single game. I need to change it up. I need to get a feel for all the weapons, and that's what allows Call of Duty to be fun for me. I know I talked about it a bit in my reverse boosting, like, hey, it doesn't affect me, play the game how you want for reverse boosting, but like, you should be able to use other guns. You shouldn't have to just rely on the meta all the flippin' time. And I know I use meta guns. I know that in Black Ops Cold War I use the AK and the Krieg, but honestly, I'd like to use the QZB or whatever it's called, or use the FFAR and the XM4 and just try a wealth of different guns. But unfortunately, I'm tired of just getting so outclassed in that game. And it just doesn't feel the same in Black Ops 3 for me, at least. I feel that I can basically use any gun from any class and do decently well. And the map design is incredible in this game. It complements the movement system so well. The maps feel unique, they feel different, and honestly, I'd love to see some of these maps come into Black Ops Cold War, a map like Stronghold. I love this map. This might be my favorite map in the game. I think Hunted gets the slight edge, but this map is a very close second. And honestly, using a Razorback on it just feels right. Maybe bring the Razorback back. I know that it wasn't in the World War II era, or the Cold War era, but man, this gun is just so sweet. Has a little bit of extra range. It feels to me like, what was it, the Type 90 or something like that from World War II. It has just not as much damage, but it has that little bit more range, and just plays perfectly. Plays perfectly into my playstyle and how I like to play. And I love this weapon. I love this weapon. I love this game for what it is. I do get frustrated by points of it, but the game overall is so much fun. It really reignited the casual feel of Call of Duty for me by just going back and playing a handful of games. And you guys just saw one of them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know with a like. Let me know with a comment down below what you think of Black Ops 3. Do you want to see a return to that type of movement system? Do you miss the game? Did you hate the game? All of that, comment section down below, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more content. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.